Dricus Du Plessis versus Sean Strickland for the middleweight title of the world is going down tomorrow. So I wanted to do a bit of a video breakdown of how I see the fight going. I think Dricus gets this done by KO or submission. I think it's going to happen in the second or third round. And I really respect Sean Strickland's fighting style, and I really like Sean Strickland. I would love to see him reign as champion, but obviously I am biased towards Dricus being South African, but I am a realist, and this will be a realistic prediction. So obviously I want Dricus to win, but besides what I want, I reckon he's going to get it done pretty easily. And I think it really comes down to this. I think stylistically, Dricus is just a really bad matchup for Sean Strickland. So Sean Strickland's got that beautiful Philly Shell. It works very well against certain fighters. I think he works well against fighters that don't threaten to take him down and don't give him a lot of leg kicks and don't give him backward pressure. So he's able to stand up as soon as you start like threatening takedowns and leg kicks, then all of a sudden like you can't walk someone down as much or stand so straight up. So Dricus is going to be firing in from both southpaw and regular stance. Going to be firing leg kicks. He's going to be threatening takedowns. And whether or not Dricus wants to take this to the ground or who's a better wrestler, it really changes. I mean, if you look at Khabib versus Conor, like how Khabib caught Conor because like Conor was defending against the takedowns the whole time. So he dropped his hands and allowed that big overhand. I think it was a left. I can't remember if it was left or right, but it was a big overhand that came because Conor was like trying to defend against a takedown. And I see Sean Strickland doing this quite a lot as well. So especially when he likes to pour, especially from his Philly Shell, which works really, really well, but he is left very vulnerable to attacks that are coming in on his right side because he's always sort of pouring down and putting his arms out there. So we saw like Alex Pereira, how he came in with a big left, knocked him out. There was a guy in welterweight, I can't remember, but basically did that fancy fucking spinning whatever kick. Also came in from the left, and I think if you watch Dricus basically fires in often with the right jab, and then he switches to southpaw, or like he switches on the go and comes in with a big overhand looping left. So if Strickland is there in his Philly Shell and he tries to pour out, and with Dricus's jab, then Dricus has changed stance and comes with a big overhand left, he's going to be in a world of trouble. And the other thing about Dricus is a lot of these fighters, like if you look at when Sean Strickland fought Israel, like Israel didn't want to get in the clinch zone. He didn't want to get taken down. So he sort of stayed away. Whereas Dricus is happy to fire in, throw everything he's got. And then once he gets into range, he's got no problem either standing and exchanging like in a wild freaking slugfest. You must watch some of the South African EFC fights because I think it's a South African fighting style where the Oaks just love to throw down. And they fight actually. It's been quite interesting watching Dricus in the EFC because a lot of the other guys he fights with similar styles to him. Dricus is just much better than that. But he's had some wars, like some proper wars. And so Dricus will fire those shots to get into range. And then once he's in range, he's got a talent. He's got a talent. Like what I've realized, his shots seem wild and they loop. But they are like heat-seeking missiles. I cannot believe the accuracy of his strikes. And like he looks like he adjusts on the go. As soon as someone covers up, he fires it into their ribs. Or if they drop it, like he just seems to always connect with these wild, crazy shots. I don't know what it is about him. I think it's because he fully commits when he throws a punch. Like he throws a punch like he's trying to take the person's head off. And there's just certain people like that. I don't know if any of you guys played golf before or whatever, and they say don't try hit it 100%, like rather go 80-90%. You'll hit it sweeter. But you get some guys that when they try hit hard and they throw everything behind it, the accuracy goes right up. So I think and not only that, I mean, besides the Philly Shell obviously being used in boxing, I mean, even from a boxing standpoint, the Philly Shell is very susceptible to left hooks. And especially because like if your body's turned, it's very hard to block those and it's very hard to move your hand. So now throw in kicking and takedowns. I think he's going to drop his right, and I think the left is going to come in. I think he's going to rock him with the left. I think Sean's fast enough to maybe get out the way a little bit. I don't know if he's going to KO him like Alex. It's very possible. He's definitely got the power to. But I foresee him getting rocked by a left. Or I mean, the other thing that Dricus does really well is he fires in like the left, right, and then he does a leg kick. So he's going to either chew up Sean's leg. I think he's going to like remove. The thing here is why I'm so confident Dricus is going to win. There's just too many ways for Dricus to win. He can with kicks. I think like he's stronger on the ground. While Strickland is really good. Dricus is incredible. I've seen him choke out an entire Gracie Jiu-Jitsu team. His shots are really good. He'll stand in the pocket, and if Sean tries to trade shots with him in the pocket, I think Sean's going to hospital. The one thing that a lot of people have brought up is Dricus's cardio. So here's my thoughts on Dricus' cardio. Obviously, the nose makes him look like he breathes better now. And like if you can't breathe through your nose, you have to take big breaths through your mouth. But Dricus trains up in Pretoria, and I don't know if you guys know how high Pretoria and Johannesburg in South Africa is. It's like I think it's like almost like two. I'd like to Google it, but in rugby, it's a thing. When people come play the Springboks in Joburg, like the Springboks always dominate the last 20 minutes because of the high altitude. It is very, very high altitude where Dricus trains. So him fighting at sea level, he's definitely got an advantage in terms of cardio. The other thing is Dricus is a sprinter. So yeah, so like if you look at anyone he's fought, yes, Dricus does get tired, but the opponents he fights is just as, if not more tired than Dricus is. He drags those people into deep waters with him, and yeah, obviously he's tired. But I have never seen an opponent look fresh when Dricus is fighting them. Look at Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson basically gave up on the mat. Darren Till gave up on life. They cannot match. So he tires both him and his opponent out. So it's just the way he fights. There's just no getting around it. It's like he's not going to stop, and he'll get tired, but the other opponent's going to get tired. And I just like Sean's, like he's got cardio, but the reason Sean's got such good cardio is because Sean's got this ability to fight at his own pace. Like he looks very relaxed. He's very like he's fighting on his own rhythm. And like I know this from my couple of fights that I've done. If you are fighting on your own rhythm, you can fight for days. But if you fight someone that pulls you into their rhythm or into their fight style or picks up the tempo faster than what you're comfortable with, that's where you get tired. And I think Dricus has the potential, and this is what's going to come down to cardio, whether it gets to the third or fourth round. But I just don't like, with all the emotions, with all this wanting to be Mr. Tough Guy, like Sean Strickland, like he's got an ego. He's got a massive ego. And I think this is the problem with Sean Strickland, is that he's going to stand there and he's going to want to bang with Dricus. He's going to want it to be a war. And I think Dricus has done so well to put in Sean's head, this is going to be a war. Who's the baddest guy? Who's going to die? And Sean's not going to take a step back. But to be honest, like that would probably be if Sean wants to beat Dricus, you need to let Dricus tire himself out and then come. But Sean's gonna he's like Dricus, I reckon, is gonna drag him into a massive, massive slugfest. It's gonna knock him out, maybe stun him, get him on the ground, and I reckon it's gonna finish from there. So sure, I I don't see many ways that Sean wins this besides because like even if it goes 5 rounds, I fully see Dricus winning the first 3 rounds, definitely. Possibly the fourth. I don't see Dricus losing the first 3 rounds. I don't see Sean being powerful enough to rock Dricus. And if he does rock Dricus, Dricus is going to take him to the ground. It's going to turn into a wrestling match. It's going to turn into jiu-jitsu. He's going to kick him. He's going to get up. He's going to come back, and he's going to keep coming. So like I've watched all these videos. I cannot tell you how many reviews and stuff, and I think Dricus will be very, very, very unlucky, or Strickland will have to come up with the performance of his life if he wants to beat Dricus. I think, I think beating, I think the way, and I know a lot of reference has been made about how good Sean Strickland is because he beat Israel Adesanya, but I think Strickland's style was in hindsight, really suited to Israel, or Israel was off his game. Like either Sean put him off his game, or Israel was off his game. But like it wasn't like it was a, I think it was a style thing. And whereas when Dricus beat Whitaker, it was a complete breakdown. He gave him an ass whooping, finished him, beat him on the ground, took him down, ground and pounded him, knocked him out with a jab, hit him with body shots, and made the guy quit. It was, and Whitaker is a much more complete fighter than Israel. Like Israel is like an elite striker, but I would say all in all, beating like there will be people that can beat Israel. Israel's lost a couple of times to a couple of people, whereas Whitaker pretty much beats everyone except there's maybe one person, Israel, who had his number. So I think the beating Whitaker was way more impressive than beating Israel for those reasons. And I just really think, like, if this does come down to a war, I don't think the world realizes South African mentality. And Dricus really associates himself with the Springbok rugby team. And here's the thing, I sound like Sean Strickland here. Here's the thing, guys. Springbok rugby team has some monsters in it, but we definitely aren't the most talented rugby team. Like, there's definitely more talented rugby teams in the Springboks. I'll be the first person to admit that. Like, there's other rugby teams with much better stars, like guys that have got better ball skills. We've got some incredible guys, but what comes down to our Springbok rugby team is their hearts, and they will not give up. Like, look at how our players play. Like, we won 3 games in a row by 1 point. We always come back. We always give our full heart. Like, the guys make more tackles. They chase down chicks. They don't chicks, not chicks, kicks. They chase down kicks. Maybe some of them chase down chicks, but they never ever stop. And what you know about when a Springbok puts a Springbok rugby jersey on, the player maybe plays 50% better than they do. And when a Springbok goes to Rugby World Cup, they also maybe add an extra 30%. There's games where we've beaten All Black teams where the All Black teams or French teams are actually better than us, but we beat them. We find a way to win, and everyone can never really understand this. And I see this mentality in Dricus. Even if Sean is more talented, which I don't actually think he is, to be honest, I think Dricus is very, very talented. He knows, sure, he's really talented. I don't think I think people miss how talented he is because he looks a bit unorthodox. But even if someone is more talented than Dricus, I just see Dricus getting the job done. He's a tank. He's got heart. He wants to do this for the country. There's nothing more powerful than a man with reason and heart. Because at the end of the day, if you want to beat Dricus, you need to take away his spirit. And sure, that man's got a big spirit, and I think he's going to get this done. I think it's coming with an overhand left, maybe a head kick. I actually got a feeling he's going to get a head kick in there. I don't know why, but I think there could be a head kick, and I think Sean Strickland's going to be rocked. He's going to go to the ground. I think he's going to get a rear naked choke or guillotine on him, and it's going to be load shedding in Canada. But yeah, looking very, very forward to the fight. Well, and yeah, guys, let me know what you think. I don't really comment on this stuff. I mean, I love fighting. Watch UFC. I'm considering maybe doing a UFC channel or a fighting channel because I love boxing too. I might do some more of these, but yeah, I just had to do one for Dricus because yeah, you know what it is. I want to be the person that called it, and there's proof that I actually called what I think it's going to be. And yeah, if I'm wrong, yeah, I've no doubt Dricus going to go on to be a champion one day. But I see Dricus getting it done. I'm very, very confident in it. And yeah, man, thanks for making South Africans proud. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, if you like this, give us a view, give it some likes, give us a subscribe, and yeah, if it does well, I might do a couple more videos on fighting. Looking very forward to Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou coming up, Fury Usyk, yeah, Volk. Volk is who? I can't remember the other that Spanish dude. Looking very forward to that fight as well. But yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, have a good weekend. Enjoy the fight.